What's up everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I thought it would be fun to do a drawing in 10 different styles, and I'm doing Garfield for this one. So we're starting off with the original one. So I started with alcohol markers, and I thought it was, I made a huge mistake and colored it way too dark, so I went over it with a white Posca marker, and then I started going over it with my orange Posca marker, and just filled it in again, and I think it turned out a lot better. I kind of just got rid of all the footage of me coloring it with the alcohol markers, because it was kind of pointless in the end. And now you'll see I'm just outlining it right here. I got all the color in. Yeah, I really like how this one turned out. I probably spent the longest on this one sketching it, but I do think it turned out really well. So I'm just adding the whiskers here, outlining them. Just adding the stripes here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I honestly do really think that these sketches turned out okay. The next one here is going to be Family Guy's style. You'll see that in a second. And yes, I'm going in with my amber alcohol marker, that's the color name, and just kind of coloring it, obviously. I did speed this one up quite a bit because I felt like this one didn't really turn out that good, and I didn't really like this one. I think I got the shadows completely wrong, and you could see some of the pencil lines showing through, and I just don't really like it. But some of you guys might think different, probably not, but yeah, up at the face area, it turned out okay, I think, but I don't know, I just don't really like it that much. But I'm going in and outlining it right here. Yeah. I took a reference, I looked up Family Guy cats and kind of used a reference from there on Google and kind of copied it down onto here. Yeah, I do think that this one turned out not the best. There are better ones in this video. But there it is. Okay, so this next one is the Simpsons style. I took a reference, I got the reference of the cat from Itchy and Scratchy, which is the show on The Simpsons, sort of. It's kind of like a Tom and... if you don't know what it is, it's like a more violent Tom and Jerry. That's kind of how I see it. But yeah, I'm just adding the shadows in right now, and I colored in a little bit more here to make sort of the lighter orange a bit darker, and colored his nose right there. And then I started coloring the grass that he's standing on. I wanted to make this one a bit more colorful because I feel like that's what The Simpsons is. It's colorful, and right here I'm darkening the outline, since when I erased the pencil lines before, after outlining it, before coloring it though, some of the pen lines got faded, so I was just going over it with that, and now I went in with the black Posca marker and sort of outlined everything, and yeah, I really think this one turned out pretty good. And now we're going in with the Tim Burton style, and you'll see that this was the next day, and you'll see that I did add backgrounds to all the other ones that I did so far. But yeah, so for this one, when you're doing a Tim Burton style, you want to go in with the sort of darker colors that you have, and yeah, I had to tilt my camera down there because you couldn't really see the feet or the tail. But yeah, so you want to start out with your darker sort of colors and kind of go from there. Because Tim Burton's style is a creepy sort of style, and it's just, yeah, you just want to start with darker colors. And I used the orange that I was using for the other Garfield styles for the yellow in on his face. And then I used a brown sort of to sort of add the shadows here to the orange, to the darker orange, rather, and yeah, sort of just did this, and now I use sort of a super dark, sort of pinkish color here, And then I went in with the gray and sort of colored in the ground that the Tim Burton Garfield is sitting on. That was pretty much it for the coloring this. So then I went in with a fine liner, and a Sharpie fine liner, to be specific, and sort of went over all the outlines, because again, they got sort of faded when I erased the pencil lines after sketching it out and outlining it. But yeah, so I just felt like this one sort of worked with like a thinner sort of outline. I don't know, I felt like that made it like more, I don't know, it just made it feel better. And yeah, but I did I went coloring the ears now, and I did add a background for this one as well, and I think you'll be I think you'll like it, at least. So now I'm just going over some of the blank spots that I found, and yeah. So in the background here, I added some spiders, because Garfield hates spiders in the comics, and I felt like that was a nice touch to this style. Then now we're going in with the South Park style, and I sped this one up a little bit more than the other ones, again, because I felt like this one, I mean, I feel like it turned out good. I just felt like the process was boring. But yeah, you'll see in the background here, I'm adding some trees and stuff that is in the show, sort of, because like the show, it's like in the South, it's like super cold. Or is the South super cold? I don't even know. But yeah, so I'm just adding these outlines here, and yeah, here's the South Park style. Next, we're going in with the Rick and Morty style, and I felt like it would be easier to add the background first here. And this background, I just felt like, I don't know, it just wasn't that fun to draw, and I didn't want to bore you guys with that sort of footage, so I didn't record the background. But yeah, I just felt like it would be easier to add the background first. And because I used paint markers, and I didn't want to get the paint on the alcohol markers that were on Garfield, so I just did the background first. Now, I really hope you guys like this one. I really like this one. I think it really looks like what Garfield would look like if he was in Rick and Morty. And now I'm just going in and adding the shadows here with my darker orange. Yeah, there's not much to say about this one. I just really like it, and I think it turned out really good, in my opinion. And yeah, I just added some more shadows on that arm right there, and you'll see that I did not color in the yellow on his face, and that is because I forgot. But I did realize it when I was outlining, and just sort of, obviously added it in. But yeah, here we are, here we go with the outlining right here. I did make a little bit of a mistake. You can't really see his feet, but when I show you guys the finished thing, you'll be able to see his feet. Yeah, so I'm just coloring in the stripes here. I made the stripes sort of pointy on this one, not just different lines on sort of like the other ones. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like that was sort of what Rick and Morty would do if it was in the show. And, so yeah, I'm still coloring in all the black parts and the stripes here. And we're finished with the stripes now, but there we go. Now I finished coloring in his face right there. And I went in with my fine liner and just sort of did the face here. I felt like the face, I didn't want to do the face with my thicker sort of marker, because I just felt like it would be a bit too thick and wouldn't capture that Rick and Morty sort of style. But here it is. There's his feet right there. Next, we're going into the wrestling style, and this was requested by my friend Joey Lease. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He does awesome food reviews, and yeah. So right here, I sped it up a little bit because this actually took me the longest so far. The last one is probably going to take me the longest out of all of them, but this one is taking me the longest so far, and yeah, so I sped it up a lot, and just, yeah, so I was coloring this. I didn't know really what to go for here, so I just added a bunch of silver and gold and stuff, something that wrestlers would do, and just a lot of colors. I did the headband. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm outlining here, and in the background you'll see that I have like a bunch of like squiggly lines and stuff. Those are supposed to be people in the crowd, but they don't really look like it. I made it get lighter as it goes up. You'll see that in here in just a second. So that way it's like behind him, it's like he'll stand out sort of like behind the crowd, or in front of the crowd rather, and then like as it goes up, like the crowd will like go up in like, I don't really know how to explain it, but like see, I'm just like making like the crowd sort of lighter as it goes up. But yeah, so for this one, just I had to use this hair dryer here because the paint didn't dry yet, and yeah, but I hope you like this one. I didn't really know what to go for, like I said, but yeah, I think it turned out okay. Next, we're going into the negative style, and basically, if you don't know what the negative style is, it's basically just Garfield, but inverted. At the end, I'll show you, like, or not the end of the entire video, but, like, at the end of the style, I'll show you, what it, like, sort of is, and, yeah, so I picked out these colors, and you'll notice that I used the entire color, or I don't even know what I meant by that. You'll notice that I colored the entire background black, and that's because when you're doing the inverted style, black becomes white, white becomes black, vice versa for every single color. So orange in this case would become that sort of cyan color that I have, and that dark blue would become like the yellow. The green would become the pink on the nose. Yeah, and I'm outlining it in white now here, as you can see. And yeah, if you do have like, I don't know if you have to have like a certain phone, but I've only seen it on iPhone. If you have it on iPhone, you can choose the classic invert in your settings, and you can turn that on and you can see sort of what I'm doing here. Yeah, I don't know if that's on every single phone or device, but I do know that it's on iPhone, because that's what I'm filming this on. Anyways, I'm just finishing up right here. I'm just sort of making the white sort of like filled in, so that way when you invert it, it doesn't look terrible. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Here it is, inverted, for those who don't know how to invert it. I think I made the forehead a bit too big, but yeah, anyways, next we're going on to the creepy style. And you guys, I don't know, like, if you guessed it, but if you didn't know what this was, this is the creepy style. And, I sort of made Garfield look, like, super crazy, and, like, there was, like, I made sort of, like, think of, like, the sun shining, like, on the right side of him, or on your left side, on the right side of him, and then the shadow is gonna be on the left side of him, your right side. But yeah, so I'm just blending these alcohol markers together. I was trying to color the teeth and make like a good shadow, but I ended up just coloring the whole thing gray and then going over it with a white Posca marker. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so then I just finished up doing the yellow and like the shading, and I think that this one turned out pretty good, actually. I didn't know really how to do, like, the folds in this. You'll see me, like, try to do those folds right here. I don't really know, like, how to do folds yet. I'll probably learn that later on in life. But yeah, so I had to sketch out, like, a background here, and I'm trying to make it look like he's in, like, an insane asylum. And, yeah, so you can, like, really see, like, how, like, it's supposed to, like, look like the light is shining on him from one side, and then the shadows are from another side. So normally if there wasn't the sun, or like the light shining from one side, there would be more shadows like where he's sitting, but now it's just like, the shadows are just like sort of on the side that the light isn't on, if that makes any sense. But yeah, here it is. I hope you liked this one. Now we're going in with the final style, and I wanted to keep this a surprise because I just felt like, I don't know, just wanted to keep it a surprise. But anyways, this style is going to be the portrait style, and, basically I'm just sketching out a portrait of Jim Davis, the creator of Garfield, the Garfield comics, the Garfield show, everything Garfield related. Yeah, so you'll see right here I went in with the teeth here, and started doing like the wrinkles on his face because he's old. And I started going with the head shape. I feel like for me, it's easier to go in with the face and then start doing the head shape. I just feel like the face sort of, I don't know, shapes the head sort. I don't know. I just like doing that better. And I messed up on the eyes, so it took me like such a long time to get these eyes right because I suck at drawing eyes. But I eventually got it right and added some more wrinkles. Added the shirt that he's wearing in the photo that I was looking at. I had to switch up my camera view a little bit. And yeah, I'm just adding some more of the texture, some of the shadows, the sort of highlights, blending it with my finger because I forgot where my blending stick was or whatever it's called. And now I'm coloring the shirt, just sort of making the shadows around where the color is, and then I'm adding sort of like highlights around them to make them pop a little bit more, and then I'm signing the drawing right here. But yeah, I really hope that you guys like this drawing. Let me know what you think of this style in the comments. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of this drawing. I think it turned out pretty good, other than the Family Guy style. But yeah, I really like this drawing. I think it's one of the best drawings I've probably ever done. And Garfield is probably one of my favorite comic book characters, and probably one of my favorite cartoon characters ever. So I just had to do them for this first 10 style swap drawing. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like this, with either more cartoon characters or just anyone. But yeah, see ya.